Okay. From. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, like last time, didn't it? From. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, like last time, didn't it? From. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, like last
I
time,
don't know.
didn't it?
I try to remember. Okay, now you can hear me.
From. Oh,
Mm.
okay. Okay,
Yeah.
like I don't know. I
Yeah, I
try to
think that's
remember.
what happened the last time, didn't it? I think you accidentally muted yourself. That's why you couldn't hear, or it was something else. Right, right. This time it's muted. Last time was the well, technically this is still a volume thing then.
I guess it's still a volume thing, yeah. So yeah, pretty much going to spoilers, and I guess I'm gonna leave now because I don't want to hear any of the spoilers. I have no idea how I'm gonna figure out when this thing is over, but you're on your own.
Okay. All right. And so I guess I should start off that I went to the midnight screening. There were actually two people in cosplay. One who I assumed to be Han Solo, and one who I assumed, well, the other one was clearly Lando, a very good Lando. The Han, not so much. So I really okay. So either I will address the I enjoyed the movie. It was a very, very, very Star Warsy movie. Uh, I would call myself. I wouldn't call myself a hardcore fan. Maybe in between somewhere between a semi-hardcore fan. But what I definitely did enjoy, they set up Han Solo. Well, some of the things were sort of predictable, but it was still a very fun movie to begin with. Um, they did actually touch upon a lot of the things that Han actually mentioned in the original trilogy. You actually get to see that, and of course, there is very sad moments, especially well, the first part of the movie, it starts off with Lando being not Lando, Han being chased by a couple of people. I don't remember. It's some guild thing that he's part of with his girl Kira. Again, yeah, the main reason he wants to. The whole reason for this movie is for technically a girl. It's still really sweet, and I think it's a little odd considering Han's character to the past trilogies, and now. But then again, maybe any of the future movies will explain that, especially what happens near the end with her, who she contacts, which I will cover in a couple of seconds. But I will say this: I don't remember the man who plays Khan right now, but he's adequate. It's he doesn't cap. I suppose he does capture some of that Han Solo vibe. What I call him, Han Solo, actually, maybe, but you can see moments of him, especially when he uses his rock to say, "Oh, this is I armed this bomb." It's like I armed this thermal bomb. It's like it's a rock. No, it's a thermal bomb. It's like, and then he just like throws it at the window and boom. And of course, I oddly enough, I already like I was wrong on this aspect of Kira. Say, I thought to myself, oh, she gonna die or something sad. She didn't die, but she was kidnapped, so and taken to another place. So we see the whole scene of them running away, doing a lot of death-defying things, squeezing through that tiny, tiny thing and failing. Him grabbing his little dice and then managing to get to the port until bam, uh, the door slams in Han's face, and oh, he's separated from his girl. if I sound even vaguely disinterested, it's like it's a romance thing. I mean, it's nice because at least you sort of get the build up that they cared each other for a long time. So I don't know. I guess the character who plays Kira is a very good actress. I like her, and I don't mind the guy who played Han, and I'm not even big shipper of Han Solo and Leia because yeah, they are the end game couple, but I'm like, so yeah, okay, so that's why I see. I guess it's a little disappointing. I don't know. Maybe it's just me being jaded on the fair amount of plot being romance driven. I guess it sort of makes sense because it's a space adventure movie. Still, I suppose it's an interesting setup. Of course, as soon as Kira's captured, she signs on to be a stormtrooper, not a stormtrooper, part of the Imperial Army. And then we get a flash forward to 3 years later, to him being, well, I will say this, on him being a smartass, he is a smartass. A smarmy smartass, he gets that. He hits the notes. Does it always fall well? No. I will say I'm trying to remember. It's been maybe a few months since I watched the original trilogy, but I do think you did mention he was part of the Imperial Army or something like that. Anyways, he apparently he gives us a very thing that he flunked out of the Imperial Air Force and is thus in the army, and that's where he meets Beckett, and the crew, and of course, that's the whole big old war scene. Lots of more action, people dying. He does bring up a very good point that they're not the invaders. We're the invaders. We're invading their planet, which I'm like, very good, Han. Very good. I mean, you see a lot of more good guy Han in here than in the future trilogies because he's sort of, yeah. Anyways, after that, he meets the team of smugglers, which is, apart from Beckett and Valve, I don't remember who the guy with 4 arms was, but he was their pilot, and he does call them out, and he gets thrown into the brig, which is like, at first I'm like, wait, when they threw him into the brig, and everybody was like, because he's a deserter, blah blah blah. And then we see the moment that everybody has been waiting for, and everybody has been wondering what the fuck what did Han do for Chewie to be very loyal? And of course, he falls into the mud pit face first, and then we see it's the two not stormtroopers per se, but two guards are like, yeah, he hasn't eaten for days. This is sure gonna be a spectacle. Anyways, um, of course, we see the slow pan over to doing, somebody stomping in very slowly, and of course, the very memorable sound of Chewbacca, but the poor